I had not considered doing a show with young people. There are a lot of talented people in the world, but your integrity and your commitment will take you anywhere you want to go. Aaron says this often. He's my son. He chose an area for his career that I had not touched. It has not been easy for him to be my child.
No, it has not.
Being in the shadow of a woman that have held the positions that I've held. From the not always being treated kind if someone was mad at me, to someone giving him everything because they want to get next to me, to having gone many places and done many things with famous people. And while we were living in New York, it was totally acceptable because I raised him in an all artistic community. When I brought him to Atlanta, my son had never had anybody call him a nigger before. And he's 30 years old. I brought him into an environment that could not wrap their brain around him saying, I'm going to work on this Disney project for 6 weeks. I'm doing homeschooling for that amount of time, or even teachers flat out called him a liar. So he's had wonderful, wonderful experiences, but he's also had some that weren't so wonderful. So Aaron decided to go into radio. He said, that's the only thing you haven't touched. So can you share with them what are some of the things that you can do when you're in college to stay on task, even if it's not your first choice? Because I don't know that it was his first choice.
Well, my first choice, because I played basketball, and I was in this hoop dream thing, so I was trying to play basketball, but like my mom said, some of those colleges that were choosing me, I was like, no, thank you. My first option was to stay here. Hilda Willis was like, nah. I chose A&T because I was very familiar with North Carolina because my mom has done so much work there. So I was like, I have extended family there. She's an alumni. She's an Aggie pride all day. But when I got to school, I was kind of lost because the right part, one side of my brain was like, okay, you should go for something that you already know, like theater, right, acting, singing, dancing. And I remember having a conversation with my mom and Donna, who's a theater professor, and they was like, what are they going to teach you? And that kind of jacked me up. I was like, oh, man, what are they going to teach me? I'm getting it at the house. Right. So I chose radio, and radio actually chose me, to be honest. I remember being in high school, the recruiters would come to the schools, to try to tell you why their school is this and their school is that. And I used to email a lady named Dee Cherie. She still is over the radio station, which is 90.1 WNAA at A&T. I used to email her when I was in high school. I used to be like, hello, my name is Aaron Willis, and I'm coming at A&T. And I would drop names. I was like, my mom's name is Hilda Willis. My aunt is a theater professor. And it really paid off because by the time I got to A&T, the first week of class, I was on the radio. Wow. And it was one of those things where you have to be a junior or a senior to be on the radio. I think something that you can do to stay focused is do not wait until you're a junior or a senior to look for an internship. One of the things that I saw a lot was a lot of juniors and seniors struggling to find an internship so they can graduate. And I found my internship my first semester of college, and it was at a radio station.
Did you start outside of the campus, or you started on campus with your radio intern?
I started off campus. I wasn't even enrolled in school yet.
Wow.
I did not go straight to school. I took a semester off to work because, it's a real world. Like right
and
now,
there was not a lot of money, and his mother was not signing
anything. So all my friends were in class. I was at work, And while they were at class, I was in the radio station. And, some of them was looking at me like, nah, you ain't doing that. Nah, you ain't in school. But I'm doing exactly what I want to do. I would definitely say, whatever it is, don't wait until a professor tells you that this is what you should be doing. You should do it as soon as you find that school. Tours, like my mom said. And I know A&T, I know Greensboro, I know North Carolina like the back of my hand. So when I got there, I had advantages, But
Did that answer a little bit between the two of us? Did
I
that
have no
answer?
idea if I answered anything. I'm just talking. Y'all know
Yes,
who
you
I
are.
get it from.
I don't know if there's anything I would add to that right now. We can certainly keep this conversation going. There's a lot of pressure that comes with going to school. A lot. And each parent and family brings their own stuff to the table. So it's not always easy to make those decisions. For some people, I would say, take a semester off. For others, no. You know yourself. You know how ambitious you are. When I think of you two, I say go for it. I know you have two totally different situations, but I will tell you this, you're going to land where you're supposed to be, whether you think you're supposed to be there or not. As long as you make a decision that feels good to you and you can live with it, you're going to be fine. It doesn't jump on you like the Holy Ghost. The only thing that jumps on you like the Holy Ghost is the Holy Ghost. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to pay your dues. And you got to put some skin in the game.
Gotcha.
My question, I don't know if it's well developed, but how do you go about in the professional world working with people that take you out of your character but staying in your character?
I'm going to tell you what I think I heard.
Okay.
So if you're in a situation or you're on a project and the people you're working with trigger you or push your buttons or try to take you out of what you know to be your level of integrity or work ethic,
Yes.
how do you manage that?
Yes.
Well, I say if you know that's happening, then you simply choose to not let it affect you. Now, things will affect us, so I don't mean it that way. If you're that conscious of what's going on in that situation, to me, you're either going to choose to be taken out of your character or
Yes.
you're going to choose to stay in your character and bump what they say. Because they're not doing anything that's going to further you. So I say always choose if you can. Always is an absolute. But practice choosing being the leader.
Okay.
Every time. Just practice. And it's not going to always be easy. But just practice because you have to remember that you're getting that. You want that ring. You want that football ring. They can't give it to you. They can keep you from getting it. So we're going to take a pause for the cause.
Okay, cool.
And when we come back, we're going to see these young people do their thing.
Hi, my name is Aaron Patterson, and today I've prepared for you Being Alive from Company the Musical and a selection from Ma Rainey's Black Bottom in the character Toledo. Now I'm gonna show you how this goes, where you just a leftover from history. Everybody come from different places in Africa, right? Come from different tribes and things. Well, soon a while, they began to make one big stew. Yeah, you had the carrots, the peas, and potatoes and whatnot over here, and over there you had the meat, the nuts, the okra, corn, and then you mix it up and let it cook right through to get the flavors flowing together. Then you got one thing. You got a stew. Now you take and eat the stew. You take and make your history with that stew. All right, now it's over. Your history's over, and you done ate the stew, but you look around and see some carrots over here, some potatoes over there. That stew still there. You done made your history and it's still there. You can't eat it all. So what you got? You got some leftovers, that's what it is. You got leftovers and can't do nothing with it. You already making you another history, cooking you another meal, and you don't need them leftovers no more. But what to do? You see, we's the leftovers. The colored man is the leftovers. Now, what's the colored man gonna do with himself? Well, that's what we waiting to find out, but first we gotta know we the leftovers. Now, who knows that? You find me a nigga that know that, and I'll turn any which way you want me to. I'll bend over for you. You ain't gonna find that. And that's what the problem is. The problem ain't with the white man. The white man know you just a leftover, cause he the one done the eating. And he know what he done ate, but we don't know we been took and made history out of. Done went and filled the white man's belly. Now he's full and tired and wants you to get out the way and let him be by himself. Now, I know what I'm talking about. And if you want to find out, you just go ask Mr. Irvin what he had for supper yesterday. And if he's an honest white man, which is asking for a whole heap of a lot, he'll tell you he done ate your black ass. And if you please, hell, I'm full up with you. So go on and get off the plate and let me eat something else. Thank you.
Yeah.
Woo! Somebody need me too much. Somebody know me too well. Somebody pull me up short and put me through hell and give me support for being alive. Make me alive. Make me alive. Make me confused. Mock me with praise. Let me be used. Vary my days, but alone is alone, not alive.
First of all, thank you for being bold, for being smart enough, open enough to understand that as a black male wanting to do musical theater and all the other things that you want to do, he's a fabulous dancer as well. You could have done hip hop, you could have done some R&B. You didn't have to come and do a legit monologue from a well-respected black writer. Thank you for using this opportunity to show your versatility. Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Patterson.
Daddy played piano, played it very well. Music from those hands could catch you like a spell. He could make love him, for the tune was done. You had your daddy's hand. You were your daddy's son. Ooh, ooh. Daddy never knew that you were on your way. He had other ladies and other tunes to play. When he up and left me, I just up and run. Only thing in my head, you were your daddy's son. Couldn't hear no music, couldn't see no light. Mama, she was frightened, crazy from the fright. Tears without no comfort, screams without no sound. Only darkness and pain, the anger and pain, the blood and the pain. I buried my heart in the ground, in the ground. When I bury you in the ground. Daddy played piano, bet he's playing still. Mama can't forget him, don't suppose I will. God wants no excuses, I have only one. You had your daddy's hand. Forgive me. You were your daddy's son. And now I will be doing a monologue from the Colored Museum, Permutations. My mama used to say, God made the exceptional, then God made the special, and when God got bored, he made me. Of course, she don't say too much or nothing no more, not since I laid me this here egg. You see, it all got started when I had me sexual relations with the garbage man. Ooh, did he smell? No, not bad, no. He smelled of all the good things folks never should have thrown away. His neck was like a ripe red strawberry, and the water that fell from his eyes was like cantaloupe juice, and his sweat was like a juicy, juicy grape. I tell you, it was like mixing a fruit salad, except I didn't spit out none of the seeds. I left them here deep inside of me, and 3 days later, my belly commenced to swell real big like. And any day now, this egg's gonna crack, and what'll come out of it'll be the likes of which no one has ever seen before. My babies! And their hair's gonna grow out every which way, and their skin is gonna turn so many different shades from the sun, but none of that will matter because they're gonna know that they're so special and so rare, because it's not every day that a bunch of babies come out of a white egg and start to live. And if anybody ever messes with my babies, they're gonna have to deal with me. Yes, any day now, this egg's gonna crack and my babies are gonna fly. Fly, fly, fly. Thank you.
So what are those tears for?
Those tears are for my people.
Who your people?
My people.
Your people.
My people. That monologue just hits me in a different way every time because it's so powerful, and we just don't realize the adversity and the struggle that we have sometimes, but that we're more powerful than anything. And that monologue touches me every time.
And you touched us with it.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking it in and doing the work that an artist should do, and having empathy and sympathy with a character that's written. Because I don't care how great the writer is. Doesn't matter. It takes a living, breathing artist to make those words jump off the page. And you did that.
Thank you.